Hi everyone, this is Bob with another music production tutorial. In this video, we'll take a look at recording an acoustic guitar in stereo using the mid-side technique. Now, stereo recordings are normally done using two mics, recorded on separate tracks and panned left and right. How this technique differs from other stereo recordings that you may have done in the past is one mic is pointed directly at the source and the other captures the sides, my left and right. Now, another unique feature to this technique is how you process the audio. And we'll take a look at that in just a little bit. Now let's take a look at the mic selection and setup that I have here. I have two mics set up. I have a mid mic and I have a side mic. The mid mic is pointed at my source, and I find that the sweet spot on my acoustic guitar is somewhere around the 12th fret. And it's recorded very much like you would record any mono source, and it's treated as such. For this mic, the bottom mic, I'm using an AKG C214, and this mic has a cardioid pickup pattern which picks up sound in the front of the mic and it rejects sound in the back of the mic. Now my side mic is turned 90 degrees from my source, so it's perpendicular to my guitar, and it's listening to both sides, the left and the right. Now, in order for this mic to do this, it needs to be a figure of 8 pattern, so it picks up sound both from the front and the back of the mic. The mic I'm using for this is an AKG. It's a C414 XL. Now the 414 has several polar patterns, and I've pre-selected the figure of 8. Now each mic will be recorded on a separate mono track in Logic. And when we come back, I'll be in Logic Pro, where I'll show you the techniques necessary to process and sum these tracks into a nice stereo spread. I'll record this offline and I'll see you in Logic Pro. So let's get started. So here we are in Logic Pro, and here's the two audio tracks from the two microphones. I have them labeled mid and side, and let's see what it sounds like. I'll solo up the mid. And let's listen to the side now. So obviously quieter and a little bit thinner sounding. And together. So very mono sounding. Now the only thing I've done on these tracks is I did put an EQ. And since the guitar is a little boomy, I've pulled out everything below about 85 hertz or so I used a high-pass filter there. So here's what we need to do now. We need to take this side track from this side mic, and we need to duplicate it. So we're going to hit the duplicate button here. And I'm just going to take this track here. I'm holding down the Option key, and I'm just going to pull it straight down, and I have a duplicate. So if I listen to this now, it's just going to be a louder, this side track. Okay, and this copy right here, doesn't matter which one you do it with, but I'm going to add Logic's utility gain plugin. So I'm going to invert the phase on this track. What's going to happen now when I play this, I've just soloed these two. This one has the phase inverted on it. And when I play it, you see I have signal there, but I hear nothing, because what's happening here is when the waveform on this track here goes positive, this one's going negative, and they cancel each other out. And they cancel each other out because they're trying to come out of the same space in the speaker. They're centered up here. Now you're going to notice as soon as I start panning that they won't cancel each other anymore. So check it out. So I pan this one hard left, this one hard right, And so now I have a little little stereo spread there. And so the magic comes in now when we mix in the mid mic, or better yet, just set your level on your mid mic, and I'll highlight both of these and pull this all the way down. And now here's just the mid mic. Now to get the stereo effect that we want, we just need to start blending in how much of this side mic, these two channels, how much we want to blend in. And of course, the more we blend in, the bigger the stereo spread is. So check it out. So obviously you would do this to taste, and I'm going to mute the side tracks and it'll be in mono, and then just put it on and off so you can hear the difference. Make sure you're using some headphones so you can hear the stereo imaging here. So here you go. That's mono. Now turn the side tracks on. Back off. And back on. So one of the great things about this is that you can just blend this into taste, and like I said, the more side mic you put into it, the larger the stereo image. Now, the other nice thing about this is mono compatible. So if we collapse this now to mono, and I can demonstrate that by just grabbing the same plug-in here, this gain plug-in. I've got it on the stereo bus now. So I'll just select mono here. I'll turn the mono on and off, and you can hear what happens when we collapse it to mono. Basically what happens is anytime your mix then gets played in mono, it's like these two side signals are now panned straight up the center, and because this one's out of phase with this one, they cancel one another out. So the only thing left to play now is the mid. So that's actually what's happening now when I select mono. The only thing you're going to be hearing is this mid mic. So check it out. So you can see that one of the advantages here is that this mix is going to be mono compatible. Now, what are the advantages of doing a stereo recording this way? Well, as you saw in Logic, you could tell that I had total control over how much stereo spread I wanted to put in my mix by how much of that side signal that I would blend in. That's a huge advantage, that you have that kind of control. Also, we saw that we have mono compatibility, and you don't have to worry about phase issues. This technique gives you the option of creating a large stereo space that would otherwise not be possible in a small room like I'm in here. So what are the disadvantages? Well, the setup does take some time to put this together. The figure of 8 availability, maybe you do have 2 mics to record in stereo, but it's not, doesn't have that polar pattern, that figure of 8. What are some of the other disadvantages? Oh, mixing decisions. You know, you have more decisions to make now on mixing as to how much you want to put in, where otherwise with a stereo recording, just pan left and right, and you're kind of done. So the post-production process may be a disadvantage to you. To me, it gives me more option. I think that's actually an advantage. So there you go, guys, the mid-side recording technique. A great way to create a larger stereo space in a smaller room. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please comment and subscribe, and give me a thumbs up if you like the video, and I'll see you all next time.